Welcome everybody. Y'all ready for this? The Hustle. My name is Steve, and these are my co-hosts. And I'm Tek and. You may have heard me on radio. You may have never heard of me at all, but that's okay.
Y'all gon' learn today. Your whole life was a struggle, had to make it out the jungle. This is a show for you. Welcome to the hustle. Under pressure, never break a fold. Keep chasing your goals until you blow. Now, welcome to the hustle.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Hustle Podcast. How's it going, Tek?
I'm happy to be here. How's it going with you? Yeah, I feel great, actually.
Feeling amazing. And today, we have a very special guest on the pod, a phenomenal singer, was on Voix, did a bunch of stuff. We got Jason Valentino in the building.
Whoop, 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 whoop. Let's go, man. What's good? What's so good, man?
Happy to have you here, bro.
Thank you, man. It's my pleasure,
Our
man.
man at 448 Films hit us up, said
Shout
you
out to
got it.
448, bro.
You got to get this guy on the
Big
pod.
time, big time.
Yeah.
I think it was last week, not even, maybe 5 days ago. We got you on the pod 5 days
Man,
later.
that's fire, man. That's boss move right there, bro.
I'll be honest, that doesn't happen very often.
Doesn't happen very often at all.
Trust me, I appreciate it for real, man. Thanks for having me, man.
But hold on, let me spice up the intro a little bit because he wasn't
Spice
just
it up.
he wasn't just on the Voix, okay? He wasn't just on it. It was anybody could be on it. The man was a finalist on the show, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so we're fucking stoked to have him. Welcome to the Hustle officially, bro.
Yeah, man. Thank you, guys, man. Fuck.
This guy, I'm kind of regretting my wardrobe decisions a little bit. I feel like I should have, I'm a little plain Jane today.
Nah, listen, man, you owned it, man, for real.
Well, thank you. Thank you. I feel better about myself now.
Like we were mentioning outside, we were talking about R&B and what it is today, you know what I mean? You got the look of an R&B artist, you know what I mean? You got the leather jacket, you got the hat, you got the shades, the voice. Let's not forget about the voice. That voice, bro, I can't pinpoint it, but there's so many like influences, so many similarities to, let's say, Bruno Mars and all the greats, you know what I mean? I can hear a little bit of Michael. I can hear a bit of,
You gonna buy him a drink after that?
The guy got the fucking pipes, dude.
Thank you.
Pause.
As always, I knew he was going to say the pause. I was waiting for that.
they were talking about pipes.
Well, Jay, thank you for being on the show.
No, thank you.
Like, I don't know much about you, you know what I mean? I did my search and everything, but it wasn't enough to scratch the surface of who Jay is as a person, what your story is, where you're from. Tell us a little bit about you. Like, I think you mentioned that you've only been here for a short time, too.
Well, a short time, but not so short. It's been 7 years, actually.
7 years.
Yeah, man. But, you know, I've been traveling a lot, you know what I mean? Exploring and, you know, most of Canada for sure, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to say a specific time of the hardship that this country had, but during that particular time, you know, I was actually traveling in Canada. You know, I couldn't travel outside, you know,
Exactly.
So yeah, I was just exploring and just making the best of it. And at the same time, I was on Voix, you know, and that gave me another opportunity to get visibility, and I appreciate it. You know, that really, you know, brought me to that place where that was missing in my career, because, you know, I started from the ground right up, you know, going to all the little bars, the clubs, you know what I mean, to perform and stuff, and got my statue in like the industry, working with the top producers, Banks and Ranks, you know, all of those guys, you know. So
shout out to Soke, man.
Yeah, man, one time, you know what I'm saying, Neo Wide, Whitney, you know what I mean? It was like now like the A&R of Universal, you know what I mean? So like, shout out to these guys. These guys are really paving the way right now, you know, in the music industry in Montreal. So shout out to these guys. But yeah, you know, I did all the groundwork, but then I didn't have the public, you know what I mean? I didn't have the visibility yet. And I think that platform just like smoothed it out for me and made it like
It seems like it may have been a missing link because you know, you two, you've been on the scene for a long time. I've been on the scene I'm a little old, bro. And but I say that to say that I've seen a lot of people come and go. I mean, I've seen them all come and go. Right. And I've seen talented guys, whether it's rappers, singers, you name it. And for some reason, especially on the English side of things here in Montreal, it just always seems to get to a point where no matter how talented the artist is, they're super serious about it, right? They're serious, they're grinding, they're doing 4 or 5 shows a month, and they're really into it and pushing, and then it just drops off, and then they just disappear off the face of the earth. I mean, how many people can we name?
Enough people you can name that have done that, you know what I mean? But I feel it's like they're putting all their eggs into that basket. They're working really hard, hard, and then as soon as maybe there's a couple of blocks on the road, some people like
disappointed.
Listen,
I can tell you, really and truly is it's just the system here in Quebec. You know what I mean? As an English artist, you know, you're coming up and you know you could be the best artist, but see the revenues, the it's not situated to help the English industry here. You know what I mean? And I feel like, you know, it leads to artists just feeling like, you know, like their worth is not even valid. You know what I mean? And it's just like, shit, I might as well give up, like, cause it's not fucking working out.
Because
here.
after a certain amount of time, it's like you're pouring water into a basket full of holes. It's like no matter how much water you put in this basket, it's never gonna fill. So you get to the point. For me personally, it just got to the point where it's like, how much money realistically am I gonna dump into this? How much time am I gonna devote to this? Well, I got kids, right? And like, I don't know. It's just so all that to say, I commend you for actually taking it to the next level, which is if we could get a round of applause, some sound effects going, we would right here. This would be the moment for that.
Yeah, man. But let me just stop you there still. But you know, it didn't happen on my own. You know what I mean? I have a whole heap of guys around me. You know what I'm saying? George, you know what I mean? 448, you know what I'm saying? Like these guys, you know, like my boy Tuggrass, you know what I mean? Like it's a unit of us, you know, it's a team, and you can't do it on your own. You know what I mean? That's what I know for a fact in Montreal. You cannot do it on your own. You know what I mean?
That's a major key, ladies.
You know what I'm saying? You need that connection. You need that plug. You know what I mean? You need that missing element. And once that comes together, you know, it just makes everything, you know, like more like you see that vision. You can actually see that vision and actually reach for it. You know what I mean?
100%.
You just can't do it on your own.
I 100% agree with the fact that you need a team, but I also feel like, let's say as a rapper, you got the bars and everything. It's harder to break into the game as a rapper as opposed to somebody that has a great voice that you can book for an event, like for a wedding. I can book you for so many different things. You know what I mean? I'm not booking Joe Schmo over here to rap a 16 at my wedding. You know what I mean?
Don't start.
You know, that's different.
I feel you.
I want to hear you do the renditions. I want to hear.
Yeah, you're right though, and it's a lot more marketable too. At the end of the day,
definitely, you're right. Because you know, for me, for work right now, I'm living full time on music, and how I do that is that I have a 12-piece band. We're a travel corporate band, and like we're one of the highest paid corporate band in North America.
Wow,
you feel me? And so we do these shows is like you think you're in Las Vegas. You feel me? And that's the type of shit I'm doing to make my ends meet. You know, feel me? Like if it wasn't for that, yo, I'll be dying for hunger right now, bro.
So you did the Havana Nights show at the Ritz-Carlton?
Yeah, man.
That looked like a vibe. You know what I mean? That looked like.
That's what I'm saying. So like those are the type of shit we do. Like we do. Like right now, I'm flying out and end of the month to Rhode Island for a big corporate event, and then right after Atlanta. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And so yeah, we're doing all over North America, and that's how I feed my family.
That's
you know
amazing,
what I mean? And put money into the music.
And the cool thing about that is it also gives you a certain amount of freedom to where you don't got to get up and sit in traffic every day and go to a 9 to 5. That kills all your time and sucks the energy out of your soul away from your creativity. You're actually making a living with your creativity. So I imagine that actually keeps you actually in like a creative mind frame as well.
Man.
That's a beautiful thing, bro.
Yeah, man, for sure, man. It's a lot of work, you know, actually, you know, too. You know, it's like, even though like it seems like, yo, I have all this free time, you know, but like really it's a lot of work. You know what I mean? I'm performing for 3 hours. You know,
no, and listen, I didn't mean to say like you're just you know what I mean, but like it's to me it's like at least though it's and yes, I 100% it's a lot of work for sure, but at least you're working in your field and it's something you love to do as opposed to like driving a forklift for 12 hours a day and then you got to go be a singer at night. It's not the same, bro.
Yeah, true, man.
It's not the same.
Real thing, man. Real talk.
So you said you've been here 7 years.
7 years, man.
Where you coming from?
So yo, I was born in Jamaica. And you know, I come from humble beginnings, you know what I mean? Like it wasn't the bed of roses for me in them times. And you know, my grandmother, she was living in the Bahamas at one point, and she came to Jamaica and saw how, you know, things were situated there, and she's like, you know what, no, I need you to come to the Bahamas as a young kid, you know, and gave me a better opportunity there, you know. But still, there is not like a bed of roses either, you know what I mean? It's still the Caribbean, you know what I mean? You feel me? So at least, you know, I became a man and you know, found my way through all the roughness, all the things that were coming my way, and you know what I mean, the hurdles, you know, and I made something of myself. You know, a lot of people had their mouth on me and saying, "Yo, he's not gonna be nothing. He's gonna probably end up dead or in jail or some shit." You know, and you know what I mean? Like music changed my life. You know, and it brought me to a place where I can say, "Yo, I can take care of my family and feel like grateful for that, and my family could be proud." You know,
hell yeah.
You know, and didn't grow up with my mom or dad. you know, but still we have the best relationship, you know what I mean? And that's all I can ask for, like just taking care of my family and doing what I love. So I migrated from the Bahamas back to Jamaica when I was around 18. And at that point, you know, I started taking the music more serious, doing reggae, dancehall. That's how I started in the music, you know. Funny thing is how I started. It was my great-grandfather's funeral.
Oh, wow.
And my mom just looked at me one day, was like, yo, you're going to sing. You're going to have to sing at the church. I'm like, what? Never sang before. You're going to have to sing
in front of everybody.
In front of everybody. I'm like, yo, mom, what are you talking about, yo? She's like, yes, you're going to have to sing. I'm like, all right. So I had to find a song now, and then funeral come, and I had to do this rendition, and yo, everybody was in tears. The pastor, who didn't even know my grandfather's crying. The choir was there because these people got paid for this. You know what I mean? We're using their church for this funeral. They're crying. Everybody in the crowd is crying. I'm crying. You know what I'm saying? And it was just so overwhelmingly good, and people were just applauding at the end. I'm like, are you supposed to be applauding at this point? We're supposed to be sad and mourning for my grandfather, but you're applauding. And then like me at that point, naive and not knowing what like I really had at that time, you know, there's this gentleman who was a friend of my great grandfather at the time, was at the funeral, and he stopped me. He's like, do you know what you have? Do you know the gift that you have, bro? Like, you know, I'm a kid at that time, you know, I'm like, no, not really. He's like, yo, listen, I need a number for you. I'm going to set you up on an interview with someone that's probably going to help you out. I'm like, all right, sure. Next day, he didn't even wait for me to do anything. Or he contacted me and told me, yo, you have to go to this place at this time. And when I went to this place at this time, this guy was one of the biggest producers of the country.
That's
like
crazy.
Roy Francis.
Bro, that's God.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, still.
It happened in a church.
You know what I'm saying?
Look, out of a travesty, I guess.
Yeah.
Something great comes out of it too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, trust me. But I mean, like, it that opened the doors for me to get into the industry there. But, you know, nothing really happened. I did some recordings for this guy, and, you know, nothing really happened. And I mean, it was unfortunate, not on my hand, but he had, like, family issues, and, you know, it turned out
life gets in the way.
Exactly. You know what I mean? But, you know, during that whole process, this one man out of the blue, because there's a lot of artists that come to this particular studio, right? It's called Mixing Lab. And there's this one day, this guy, you know, me at the time, I'm saying this guy's jealous, you know, or some shit of what he said to me. He said to me, yo, you see, in this industry, you have to go through. You have to. Let me say it in English because I want to say patois. You have to.
I understand patois, but Steve's out of the water.
You have to go through hardship before you reach where you want to go.
Yeah, 100%.
And I didn't know how to take that. Coming from a stranger, don't know me, and him see me like, you know, making moves and with the top producer in the country, and, you know, looking good. And
so you thought he was hating on you, basically.
Yeah, man, 100%. As a kid, you know, I'm like, yo, this guy's a hater, you know. I'm like, and I couldn't understand it. I couldn't wrap it around. And then, you know, over the years, all the trials that happened, you know, I'm like, it just always stuck in my head.
Yeah, he was right.
What this guy said is like, yo, he's fucking right, man. Yo, he was fucking right. Because, like, all the shit that I went through, I'm like, yo, damn, who would have known? Who would have thought? Feel me?
Yeah.
So I'm like, yo, right now, I'm just grateful to be where I'm at right now, where everything is not 100%, but yo, it is great. And I'm able to, like, spread that love with my boys.
100%.
You know what I mean? And we're just living life and just being happy. And, you know what I mean? I could be on this podcast with you guys right now. Exactly. You feel me?
I mean, bro, pick yourself up because you're killing it right now. You're killing it, bro.
Putting in that work, bro. You put in that work.
100%.
Hard work pays off at the end. Like we've been saying for the last 10, 15 minutes. If you're not going to follow the path, and you keep getting, you see those obstacles in front of you and you get discouraged, that's what happens, you know what I mean? Yes. As long as you stay focused, tunnel vision, things will pan out in the end. So you're doing the right thing. I already see a great future ahead of you, bro. You're mentioning that you have the show in Rhode Island, the show in Atlanta. Probably going to be more shows getting booked up. I don't even know what 2024 has in store for you, but I know it's going to be big.
Thank you, man.
So let me ask you a question, right? Because you could have, so you leave Jamaica now. You could have went to New York. You could have went to LA. You could even went to Toronto, London. Name your pick of places with infrastructure that's beautifully set up for the music industry. Why Montreal, bro?
You know, I was in love with a Quebecer girl.
Ah,
You met her on vacation.
the French girl got it.
on vacation.
French girl got
a Haitian
him.
thing, you know.
Yeah.
Man. She kept
Got
me.
him.
She kept me, you know, and we had some good times, you know what I mean. And unfortunately, that didn't, stand.
It happens, bro.
Yeah, but
it happens.
we had amazing time together, and we moved on, and and that's it.
Personal question of preference: rice and peas or Jean Jean, bro?
Yo,
you have to choose right now.
Yo,
right now.
I lied. Still, Asian rice is the bum. Still, but
It is.
you know what I'm saying.
It is.
I mean, rice and peas is like my day one. Still, you know what I mean. But yo, Asian rice though, there's something about it.
I like how he didn't directly answer the question. I see that. That's media training. That's media training right there. I like it.
Definitely.
I like it.
So yeah, you came here for a girl.
Yeah, man.
When you came here, did you have music on your mind, or was that like you did it for fun and it wasn't super
Honestly,
professional at that point?
That was all in my mind,
Okay.
Like from leaving Jamaica, I think I had just shot 2 videos before leaving Jamaica, and in my dancehall reggae community, and in my culture. But from even them times, like I always knew I wanted to do R&B. You know what I mean? And I was not able to do that from Jamaica. You know what I mean? So when I came here, it's like really starting from ground up. You know what I mean? Even with the techniques of R&B, and
because it is a lot different.
Exactly. You know what I mean? Like I'd work on my proper English, and you know what I mean, and my writing skills and everything. And then at the same time, knowing where to go to do all of this stuff. You know what I mean? Like, who am I going to? I come to this country, nobody in the industry, no club owners, no producer, no, you know what I'm saying? And I had to just go out and just do it and make it happen, bro. Straight.
You're right too. The way that, because like you mentioned, you're from Jamaica, you make music right off the bat. The viewer, you get that misconception like, oh, this guy's doing dancehall. He's bumping in Jamaica, but you're making R&B music.
Yeah,
it's not that popping in Jamaica. You know what I mean? You got to go to another market for that. You came here, terrible market for it, but you're still making it pop. What was the first connection that you made here that was significant?
I would think definitely it would be the La Voix.
La Voix?
Yeah, man. I mean, that show really gave me the opportunity to present my techniques when it comes to R&B. And I sang songs like Say Something. Like people would never thought of me would have sing a song like that. And I totally just blew it out of the park, because it was just so much emotions attached to that song, Like I touched my grandfather, my father's father, with that song, Say Something, because like when he passed, he was trying to reach out to me, and I was working in the far end of the country, on the other side of the country in Jamaica, and he was in Kingston, I was in Montego Bay working, and he reached out to me. He's like, my grandson, you come look for me, man. I haven't seen you in a while. And I said, Grandma, I work so hard right now, I can't even come. But you know what, I'm going to try to get some time in the next 2 weeks and come see you. And he died the following week. Didn't get a chance to go see him. And his multiple time he reached out to me, try to talk to me, try to make me have to, see him and say something to him. And that song just, it overwhelmed me. Yeah. Like just.
It's getting you
gets
right
me
now.
there. Yeah, I'm saying.
Just talking about it. Are we talking about the Justin Timberlake, Chris Stapleton song? Say Something.
Yeah. No, it's Great Big World.
Great Big World.
Yeah,
okay.
man. Say something, I'm giving up on you.
That song's a tearjerker even without any context, bro. Just like,
trust me, man.
Yep.
Yeah, it puts me in a different place.
But how did you like decide to go on La Voix? Was it somebody recommended you to go on the show, or was like you saw like now accepting submissions? What was it?
So during the time I was here, like say for the first 3 years, like I would sing around a lot of people, and people would be like, yo, you should try for that show, La Voix. But then in like 2 seconds, they'll be like, probably not, because your English, it's not going to work. You don't even bother. But you have such an amazing voice, But at least they're giving me that, like, you have an amazing voice. Don't even bother to try them shows, because like you're never going to make it. So, literally, if I followed people, I wouldn't reach nowhere, right? You know what I'm saying? So that's one. But, one day I got up and I'm like, yo, I think I'm just gonna audition for the show. And I was in a very vulnerable position at that time too, because I had just done a surgery on my leg, right? And I had this big fucking frame. They call it this tailored space frame. So it's like rods from the outside going into your foot.
Ooh. Oh, wow. Like
So I had
pins and shit.
yeah, man.
Yeah.
So I had a broken foot in Jamaica, and they totally fucking ransacked my leg.
They just massacred this shit.
Massacred this shit,
They were just
bro.
gonna put some screws
Blown
in that
metals in my foot, bro. And my
Two 2x4s, a couple
bro,
of screws.
I'm telling you, man. I had 22 screws and 2 rods in my foot, bro. Like a doctor told me I would never be able to run, dance, do anything, perform, all that. And I'm like, yeah, that's what you think. Yo, like, I think it was 2 weeks or 3 weeks out of that fucking hospital over there. I was on stage, on fucking crutches, on like sitting down, just performing. And the same shit here. Like when I came out of the surgery, when that doctor Bernstein, big up yourself, you know what I'm saying? Like that man really changed my life, you know, because he gave me the opportunity to be able to like function properly, you know what I mean? And so I gotta give him a shout out, you know, Montreal General Hospital. That's Dr. Bernstein. That's the boss, you know what I mean? This man went out of his way to give me the surgery, you know, and on his day off.
That's crazy.
Literally, man, him have a real man-to-man talk.
Bro,
one
you
day.
have like a lot of divine intervention type of energy going on in your life, bro.
Trust me, man, because I'm all about feelings, you know what I mean? And I love people too, and at the same time, like people like love that energy, and they try to find more. And me, I'm the same thing, you know what I mean? And it's just like I'm just a loving person in general, you know what I mean? Despite my background, you know what I mean? Like grew up hardcore. 100%, but yo, just still find a way to just show love. 100%.
Yeah, I mean, you can still be a good person.
Yeah,
100%.
That's a decision at the end of the
when
day.
you give off those vibes, like those good vibes, the vibrations come back, bro.
Trust me.
Same way you said the guy did it on his day off.
On his day off, brother. Like
So
yo,
you had a heart to heart with him. You just
yo,
spoke,
trust
you know what I
me.
mean?
And when it comes to these type of surgery, these specific surgery, like it's a whole line of people that you know has to go through. You have to go through, you know. And I'm talking about 100,000 probably, you know, and. When I had this interview with this guy and he talked to me and I said, yo, I like you, Jay. I'm going to do something for you, but don't like hold it. Just like, let me just work on something. And I took that, went home. In 3-4 days, he called me. Yo, you come in for your pre-ops. What? Yeah. I'm going to do this thing for you. And it's after I found out that he did this on his day off. He didn't even tell me. Somebody else told me. Wow. What a guy.
That's love right there, bro.
No, that's beyond love, bro. He's like,
what a guy.
That's like a 6-month waiting list just to get in to do preliminary tests. Like it's not. Just come back here, bro.
He called up 90-year-old Gladys, and he's like, Gladys, your hip surgery is gonna have to wait 6 months.
Trust me.
We got somebody else coming in 4 days.
Trust me, bro. So you know, when I did Love One Out, they told me they wanted me to be on the show and everything, and went to demi-finale and all that. You know, yo, I had to do this project on my own, like go to the photo shoot studio with all like the pictures that I got from Love One, and yo, and just took it back to the hospital, man, to just show them like how grateful I am, man. That's like. Amazing. You know, to this day, it's probably still there in the orthopedic surgery department, you know, on the walls, you know what I mean? Like 3-4 of them. You know, it's just like, I'm just grateful for that. Like, it's, they just gave me the opportunity to just go out and just be myself and be grateful. You know, and that too, during like that whole show with this thing on my foot, yo, there was people DMing me with this shit on their foot too. This one dude, yo, he had his foot up like this. 2 foot, actually. 2 foot up in the air with this thing on his foot from here all the way down. And I thought I was dying.
Yeah, he broke his whole femur, like.
Bro, from here down there, I had from here to here, right? This guy from here to down there with metals in his foot all the way down. He's like, bro, you are such like an inspiration. He's telling me and how I motivate him to get better and want to do more and blah, blah. I'm like,
that's crazy.
Yo, I'm like, yo.
But I didn't even know you did the show with the actual. That adds a whole different level to this conversation.
All the videos I'm seeing is like chest up. You know what I mean? I don't see any low leg shots.
Trust, man. Wild. There's a couple of them out there, man, for sure, man. Trust.
Thank God it was Lavoie, not So You Think You Could Dance, right? Like, that shit would have been different, bro.
Bro, I'm telling you, did that with just the vocals. I'm telling you, like, I'm just grateful I was just had the opportunity to do that. You know what I mean? Yeah, just 100%. Not even being my 100%, and you know, I was able to show the world that I have a gift, and I just want to spread love and motivate people and inspire people.
So I have a question just from an entertainment kind of standpoint. In terms of the show, like how much, I've always wondered about these shows, whether it's American Idol, X Factor, whatever it is, like how much of this shit is kind of like preordained and like scripted? Obviously not the performances, you have to sing for real, but I mean like how much of it is kind of prefabricated? Is it?
I would say 75% of it.
Really, huh?
Yeah, man.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, man, because I don't want to say certain things that they did, but it was good for me, how they really did it for me. And, you know, it left Quebec thinking that I actually could speak fluent French. You know what I mean?
The power of editing.
You know what I'm saying?
Retakes.
And, and it's not just editing. It's more on like practicing.
Yeah.
You know, like what is needed to be done before time. And that's what they brought to the table for me. You know, practice this line, practice that line, practice this line.
Oh, really?
They're going to ask you this type of question, that question. Yeah, and this is how they... I'm sorry, Quebec.
Yeah, we're pulling back the curtain a little bit on this one, guys.
Yeah, but that's what happened, and I appreciate it. But that actually opened the door for me to even learn more French.
Yeah,
so,
that's a beautiful thing.
You know what I'm saying? So that was it. So, yeah, you know, it was a process. It was a whole process. But to say who's winning the show, I think once it reaches to like demi-finale, they already know who's going to win.
I think so, too.
Yeah.
I think so too.
Yeah, they already set up what they need to do, and they choose who they want to.
Because it's a business at the end of the day, and they're looking at it as, you know, who can we, like we talked a little bit off camera, like who can we sink our teeth into, who can we mold, who can we control and manipulate. It's a whole process going into it.
100%, 100%. But other than that, I was grateful for the opportunity. They really presented me to Quebec with the best. I mean, the best way forward. 100%. Like, trust me.
I don't think money could have bought that type of publicity, bro.
Man, trust me.
You know, how would you say both personally and professionally has your life changed since the show?
Oh yeah, it's changed dramatically. Yeah. You know, I got these old cougars in my DMs. I love them. You know what I mean? Like they're my babies. I love them. These cougars. They're there. They supported me all the way. And it's the ones you think that would be so racist. The ones that you think would be so racist against, you know, the black, you know, and this English, and all that.
Genevieve over there.
You know what I'm saying?
It's like Marie-José from Trois-Rivières.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? These are the people who are supporting me the most. And yo,
but that's beautiful.
Say,
that's fucking beautiful, bro.
Trust me, bro.
That's
I
beautiful.
appreciated that so much. So much. It went really like totally left than what I thought it would be.
Exactly. It's the power of music, man. You know what I mean? When you have good character. Besides that, like the music, it resonates. It resonates.
You got it,
Steve.
I mean? Good job.
So when you have that music, it breaks those barriers, whether it's language, whatever it is, it removes it. And the way you're saying all these old cougars from farm towns and everything like that, I mean, they're loving it.
Especially singing, because I mean, and like R&B specifically, because I mean, you're singing ballads. That's your soul on display.
Yeah,
so it's like, it's not a matter of language and race. It's a matter of like, you just felt somebody share their soul with you, bro. Like if you can't feel that, you're a sociopath at this point. Like something's wrong with you. You know,
it's real talk, man. Yeah. It's real talk.
For real.
Talk.
And it's kind of cool that you brought that up too, because I think specifically on this show, a lot of the time when we do talk about, you know, the French and the English things, we tend to harp on the negative, which is mostly my fault. I'll take that one on the chin. That's my bad. Okay, I'm sorry. So it's nice to actually spin it around and see the positive side of it, because you know what, language issues aside and just all the complicated bullshit in society aside, we're all just fucking people, bro.
Yeah.
You know, at the end of the day, so
that's what it comes down to, man. Yeah, we're humans.
That's
and,
beautiful,
you know, we just need to just treat everyone equally. That's it, man. Like it shouldn't be some type of fucking, you know, you stay over there, we stay over here. Like, nah,
2023 right now. You know what I mean? All those the things were in the past. I find with the new generation, all these racial tensions and all these things that segregated us and kept us divided. It's slowly fading.
Yes, man. Trust me.
Fading.
These new generations coming up, love it.
Exactly.
I love it. I don't care what nobody says. Oh, they're too hardcore and they're wild and they're this and they're that. Yo, I love this new generation that's coming up because, like, yo, they don't care. They don't care about that bullshit.
Like, I agree with you on the whole wild thing, but if I find, like, when we're talking about that wild bunch, it's like right away when we say it's New York and it's all these areas that have super crazy violence and stuff. Yeah,
it's true that.
Here, I don't see the kids. Okay, there is the shootings and everything going on, but I don't see it.
Yeah, but here's
the same tension that it was 20 years ago.
Here is different because here it's a choice to kind of live that lifestyle. Whereas like in a place like the States where you have like generational poverty, like a generational cycle of poverty that people cannot get out of. Yeah. They didn't choose to wake up in that situation. Here, not to say it doesn't exist, but it's to a lot lesser extent, to the point where, like, even if you grow up in a quote unquote low income neighborhood in Canada, you can still go to university and do whatever you want to do. In the States, if you want to get into an Ivy League school, if you can't pay 32 grand a semester, you're not going to that school, and that's it. You're stuck.
You're going to section 8.
It's not the same.
Whatever.
You know. Trust me. I would say, if you're right, so much like in Canada, there's so much opportunities there when it comes to the education system. You know what I mean? And it's just like for them to just like
piss it all away.
This is what it is, you know, and just run with it. Other than that, you're just gonna be this bum ass nigga on the corner, like, trying to, you know, sell that rock or something.
Trying to be, because you want to be cool.
Exactly. That's it.
It's a facade at that point.
It's like, bro, you're 40.
You're a fool.
You're 40 years of age. Like, you got it. It's you got it. You know.
You know what I'm saying? That's what it is.
Tell us, you're on La Voix. What was the outcome for the people that didn't watch the show? What was that point that you reached? Semifinals, the demi, whatever, semi?
Yeah, semifinals, yeah. So, I mean, when I was in semifinals, you know, it's like I said, it was the only generation that was watching the show, and mostly the out of Montreal, right? You know, the Tremblant, the Quebec City, all these smaller towns. These are the people that are going. You know, so like when I go to Tremblant, because I go Tremblant a lot, I snowboard. By the way,
I saw you snowboarding.
Yeah, so I snowboard and stuff. So, you know, like, when I go up in Tremblant, there's people there taking pictures of me. And they see me and they right away recognize me and want to take a picture. I'm like, what? Hey, a celebrity up here.
I feel like you'd be snowboarding with a hat on.
I want to tell you, 1,000 people would say the same thing. Right? So I don't take it personal, for sure. Yeah, man, everyone, they love it. They dig it. You know what I mean? And I think that's my image, you know, so I just run with it.
Oh, honey, listen, if I could pull it off, I'd be wearing it 100%.
Definitely. It doesn't look good on
I'm sure you could, bro. Trust. Yeah, man. So it was the outer, private, you know, smaller towns, cities that watched the show and would give me recognition. However, like, unfortunately, the Caribbean community, they
really,
they didn't even.
They was hating on you.
They didn't know, bro.
Bro, because they're not watching. They're not watching French TV.
But I get it.
That's a fair
exactly.
Point. That's
exactly.
Okay. All right.
Exactly. But still, you know, like there was mans them like that were there that knew, and these are mans that are in the street that know people that could spread the shit and make people aware.
They didn't want to see you win, bro.
I mean, nobody.
They didn't want to see. They didn't want to see you be the first Jamaican guy.
It's unfortunate. Yeah. It's unfortunate. You know what I mean? But I don't make it bother me. But it does bother me, though. You know what I'm saying?
It's gotta bother you a little bit.
You know what I'm saying? This is my own. This is my hometown. This is my people. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I didn't get that support from them.
You know what? You know what? I've noticed just in life in general, bro, is that for the most part, see, people want to see you do well. Don't get it twisted. But they don't want to see you do better than them. Yeah. You right? Like they want to see you do well, like reasonably well, but not better than me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like do it like do your thing, but like you're not more than me though. Like as soon as you get to a level where you're like here with me, and then I see you starting to kind of, people all of a sudden they kind of they pull back now. They're gonna pull back from you. They're not gonna give you that support anymore. And it's unfortunately a lot of the time, most of the time, fuck it, 100% of the time, it's always our own people. It's always the closest people to us who you think are gonna be in your corner, who are just sitting there like, hating.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, what's with the face?
Yo.
Like you were here with me from the beginning, bro.
Yeah.
But you know what? I have
That's
my
just my
day
take
ones
on
there though. Like I had my day ones there that really pushed out for me.
Well,
you know what I
I'm
mean?
glad to hear that.
Yeah, at least, you know, I had my day ones there, you know, and that's all that matters to me. You
Yeah.
feel me? Like from the Jamaican community.
Yeah.
But, you know, but now it's changing, you know, because I'm being more like present in the culture and making them know that I'm not because I'm all white because of all the lava stuff and, you know, I'm like, you know, that I don't want to fuck with the community. No, like I'm going to all the dancehall parties.
Like you didn't sell out just because you had a little bit of success, basically.
Nah, I'm
right?
still there. I'm still doing what I need to do to show my love for my culture. You know what I mean? I'm going to all the parties, showing all the, you know, like the promoters and whatever, like supporting them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like 100%, 1000%. And if it's somebody to walk into this room and say, like, God strike them right now. For real. Like I'm there. Like my boy, or you can tell you, like I drag him out of his house day in, day in. Heck, yo, let's go. Let's go. You need to be there because he's a dancehall artist. He needs to be there. You know what I mean? And he's like me. He's well known in the Quebec community more than the dancehall community, and that's a shame. You know what I mean? You have your own here, and you don't support your own here. Like what's that? You know what I mean? So it's starting to change a little bit more now because the scene is getting more popular and more like out there, and the people are being less closed-minded. You know? So. You know, I could say it's moving in the right direction right now. So
I agree. I can't really speak obviously to the dance hall community, but I can speak to the hip hop community, specifically in Montreal. It's a cycle for the hip hop, for the rappers here in Montreal, on the English side at least. I can't speak to the French side, but to the English side, it's a cycle. We go through these cycles of like the scene is really encouraging and everybody's like, you know, not for lack of a better term, everybody's on each other's dick, right? Which is what it is right now. Everybody's best friends. And then it gets a little rough and rugged and raw again. And then you actually have to be able to rap in order to be a rapper. And then everybody's kind of like, you know, that rapper shit where we're all like judging each other and hating on each other. And then give it a couple years and everybody's back on each other's dicks again. That's just the cycle of Montreal. And right now it's a circle jerk, but you know, it's okay.
That needs to stop, man. That needs to stop. I mean, that's why most of the artists now, right now, they're going to LA. You know, they're going to Atlanta, New York.
I mean, but you kind of have to in a sense. Like, you know, like what are you gonna do here? I mean, honestly, you're one in a million. You literally cracked the code. Like, and that's what I told you off camera. Like, it's I've seen a lot of people come and go through in this city, bro. And you know, but like as a R&B singer who first of all can actually sing is like it's kind of rare here, bro. Like I've never really seen an R&B singer out of this city really take it super serious. There was the one guy. What was his name? Oh my god! We're gonna have to come back to this. It was Luke. Luke is the only one I can think of that really like did his thing. You know, aside from that, crickets. Yeah. You know, there's like you and Luke. That's the two I can think of right now.
Yeah, Luke now is doing more Afro vibe. And,
oh yeah.
Yeah. He's doing more Afro and stuff like that. You know, he's doing his thing. You know what I mean? Like hats off to him for real. You know, he's
for sure.
He's been there from day one.
He's a veteran.
Yeah, man. Trust.
You got Luke, man.
Like he's in the Haitian community, and this is how I got introduced to him by my girl I was seeing.
Oh,
you know?
shit! See, it all comes back,
right
bro. It all
circle,
comes back to her, bro.
Yeah, man.
I'm joking.
So, but it's true though. Like it's small. Montreal is small.
It is small. It is.
You know
small.
what I'm saying? So like you're gonna know the top elites once 100%. You get to that point, and it's just for you to finesse that. You know what I mean, and make it work for you in your favor. So that's what I see, because that's what everyone is doing. And me personally, like I'd stay in my own lane and do what I have to do. I'm not trying to be in no competition with nobody. I love everybody. I love artists. You know what I mean? I think I was a manager or some producer in another life for sure. Because like me, I'm trying to put you on. You feel me?
That's what's up.
And I can't say the same for me, but at least there's one or two guys. C44 got me to you guys. You know what I mean? So you have some guys that are gonna make some ends.
When
you know what I mean?
Same way that you just said you can put people on, you do it. Just the other day, I went and saw my homie for a tattoo. Started speaking about crooks and castles. I'm like, bro, maybe we can get you to do a mural for them. The day after, the next day, call him up. I'm like, yeah, okay, you're in. I got him on the thing, you know what I mean? If you can give somebody that opportunity.
Oh, that was Wolf, right?
Bro.
Yeah, shout out to
Wolf.
Wolf.
That's for sure, bro. That's
give them the opportunity, bro, and big up the community at the same time.
Just
do it. Like he said, a lot of people, they're just going to keep hush. They're not going to even bring up that opportunity.
Yeah,
people don't want to give you their links, bro. That's the thing.
Bro,
like,
that's just fucked up in itself, man. What you feel like he's going to take all your attention and like, bro, come on, man. Yo, if this industry was like like family, bro. Yo, Montreal would be the shit. You think of Toronto?
I've said this since day one. We've always had more talent than Toronto. I don't care who doesn't like it. It's a fucking fact.
Bro.
It's a fact. We always have.
Of course.
We rap better. We sing better. We dress better.
Bro,
we do everything better, bro.
Everything.
This is Montreal.
The women are better. Everything's better, bro.
So guess what? We can't go to Toronto now. I do apologize about that in advance, but
We'll edit this one part out. Nah, it's staying in the video.
I'll take I always take the heat for these things. It's okay. I'm used to it.
So
Well, I love Toronto though, but
Yeah, me too.
saying?
But
Montreal,
when it comes to talent, we got this in the bag. We're the
on.
illest city in Canada, bro.
we keep talking about day ones. You keep mentioning Tuggrass in the corner over there. When did you link up with these guys here in Montreal?
yo, Tuggrass, that's my brother, I swear. We used to live in the same like part of the country at one point because like I never always lived there, but never met him there. Came to Montreal.
Well, mutual friends.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Came to Montreal, and we came to Montreal in the same time too. Like it's so fucked up. We came to Montreal in the same time, and like I think a year and a half after coming here, and he built his thing up, and we got booked for the same show in the Jamaican community by the Jamaican Association.
Was
the
it
president
MCSO?
then, Michael was his name, brought us together. And did a whole like spectacular performance a show, a Bob Marley show. I think I don't remember. Was it a reggae? It was like a reggae show, and there's a Bob Marley one after that, right? Yeah, man. So we did this reggae show first, and that's when we got introduced. And right away when we met, like we clicked right away because we knew like like the energy. It's just like I'm looking at myself. You know what I mean? Straight. It's funny. We're born the same month, 2 days apart. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, it just clicked right away. And everything that was going on in his life, I was going through at the same time too. We were facing the same obstacles here in Montreal. All the obstacles, like, I don't even want to get into those things, but it was just like spot on, you know what I mean? And we vibed, like it just clicked and we just like, made it happen. Like,
plus, it's got to make it easier to just get through something when you have somebody else to get through it with. You know what I mean? Like it just
trust, and somebody that can talk to you and give you his point of view, and you give him his. You know what I mean? And you make sense out of it. You know what I mean? So that's what it is. We just clicked like brothers right there and then, and it never changed. Never changed. It was like 5 years ago, 6 years ago. Yeah, 6 years ago. Yeah, man, 6 years ago.
Been through a lot in 6. You know what I mean? Coming here, like immigrating to another country, what was like the biggest difficulty that you faced? Could be the language barrier. It could be the fact that you're not with the family. What did you feel was like the worst thing for you?
Both of those.
Yeah,
Yeah, man. The language barrier was a big thing for me because remember, we speak patois. Yeah, man. We talk some patois right now. You see me? So, yeah, man. I saw we chat. You see me? You see me? From my country, this we do. You see me? That's patois for you. You know what I'm saying? Like we speak broken English, right? And coming here, I gotta fix that. You know what I mean? And speak proper English so people can understand me. And that's for people who actually know how to speak English, because
they're still not happy with you now. You're not speaking French.
Yeah, I'm saying, so I gotta learn English now so I can articulate myself to you. Then learn French so we can actually have a conversation.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not easy, bro. No, and I can tell you 1,000% in the Jamaican, or not even Jamaican, the Caribbean community, 95% of them cannot speak French. And the 5% is the ones that grew up here.
Yeah, for sure.
100%. I agree with that. It's hard.
It's so hard, bro.
When you're born in Jamaica, you grew up there 30, 40 years, immigrate here. I'm talking for the older generation, right?
Yep.
It's instilled in you. It's ingrained in you that that's all you know. And when you got to learn another language, especially with all these verbs and this, that.
Remember,
French is hard.
French is like backwards to English.
Yeah.
Like, it's not in the same format. So, come on, it's like you're walking backwards. You know what I mean? And when I say walking backwards, I'm not talking about like in life. I'm talking about like the hardship of just walking backwards. You're not seeing where you're going.
It's counterintuitive.
Like, what the fuck?
No.
That's how you got to speak. And it's like, it doesn't Like, it doesn't make sense.
Honestly, like the thing about Latin-based languages is that you have to and you don't have to, but it's a lot easier to learn them as a kid. Like when you're a young kid and you're in school, that's the way to learn fucking French. Like for me, like if I had to learn French now, I would just give up. I think, bro. Like I'm serious. It's too much. It would be too much.
If you're a kid coming up, like say 5-6 years old and going to school, come from Jamaica, yeah, you have a better chance
100%.
because you have no choice at this point to learn because they want to play, and they're quicker. Like like they pick up things more easier and faster. You know what I mean? So it's more, I could say it's very more difficult for an adult in that sense to say they're going to put themselves through school and do the whole process of that. It's tough, bro. Mm-hmm. It's tough. And then some of them don't even have the resources. They don't even know the first thing to go find out how to go to school. And that's another thing. You know what I mean? It's all in French.
That's the point I was going to bring up too, because even if they're good enough to go on the website and try and figure it out, now
it's in French.
They can't read the language, bro. It's like
you can't even, sometimes when you go on a website, there's like a little icon in the top right. You can just boom and you say, oh, English or French.
Yeah, and the government websites don't even have that. They don't even have that.
Bro, come on. Bro, you get mail. You get mail. You get mails in the fucking mail, like letters, and it's all in French. Like even when you signed up for whatever you did, you're right. They clearly know you're English, and they send you a mail in French.
Yeah,
bro. How do we survive? How do we? Oh my god! There's not even like French and English. Like it's French.
And that's super interesting too, because I never thought of it from the perspective of like somebody coming from another country, right? Like I never thought of it obviously from that perspective. So it's like, yeah, that must be pretty daunting, bro.
What?
Yeah, that
bro. I mean, you see me calling up my friend, yo. I'm gonna screenshot you something.
Yeah, I was like, yo, what is that? Yo, what does this
tell me what this, bro. Tell me what this means, bro.
The worst thing is when you try to translate on like Google or something.
It doesn't have Quebec French. It doesn't have Quebec French, bro.
Bro.
It ain't even the right French.
It's so
bro,
funny.
I'm telling you, man, it's been a struggle from day one, man. Till now, you know what I mean? I mean, I could help myself right now, but like, bro, still crazy, man.
Yeah. You're doing well, man.
You're doing pretty fucking good, buddy.
You're doing well.
All right?
Tell us about like all the new projects you have on the way. We just saw the teaser for Tap Out.
Yeah.
It looks phenomenal,
looks
bro.
incredible.
You got the helicopter.
Shout out to 448, by the way. I see what you can do with the budget, my friend.
Yeah, man, trust me. Like, we really went all out on that one, and it's so going further. Like, I worked with a few producers in the past, let's say 6 months, right? And they're like, let's put out songs and do like a low budget video. I'm like, yo, bro, bro, I'm keeping my thing 100.
Yeah,
it's all or nothing. You know what I mean? At this point, and so right now I'm just really focusing on that, and so I'm working with a few of my boys now. Like I can say, my boys, Louis. Shout out to Louis. You know what I mean? And Anton. And Damien. Yeah, I'm saying like we're working on a bunch of projects right now, like fresh. Cause like, bro, I'm sitting on like 50 fucking songs right now, bro. That I could just like
fire. That's good. You got.
You know what I mean? But like, I just need fresh every day. So now I'm back in the studio 100%, like just beer fire right now. So like, you can definitely look out for some crazy vibe coming after this. Trust me.
There was one track that was in the bio in your link.
Yeah.
Reggae, dancehall.
Okay, yeah, man.
That shit was fire. I heard it.
So that was with Gold Up. That was with Gold Up. I didn't really do a lot of promotion on that one. But shout out my boy Gold Up. Like, yo, this is my day ones. Like, he's from France, lived in Montreal. And yo, listen, my boy left on the last flight once, that time. That time. Yeah. He left. He left on the last flight out of Montreal in that period, and went to Jamaica. Wanted to be a producer from ever since, He's a dancehall DJ and wanted to be a dancehall producer. Yeah. And he left on the last flight out of here. And right now he's the top fucking producer in Jamaica.
Oh, wow.
White boy.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, man. Married to a Jamaican.
Holding it down and shit.
Holding it down. Killing it. Big up my boy, Zach. You don't know. Big up yourself, brother. You see? So that's his partner, Zach.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And yo, these guys have recorded Vibes Cartel. All these big names. Yeah, man. Trust me. And they're doing big things out there, So we have a lot of things in the waiting to be released too. So look out for those.
Dope,
real.
dope.
Are you low key trying to tell me you got a cartel in the bank? Is that what you're saying right now?
I ain't saying shit. we got Wooly for heat coming, bro. Trust me.
Okay.
Wooly for heat coming. Wooly.
No, I don't know. Before, if we saw somebody cooking up a storm on your FaceTime, you said it was like a big artist from Jamaica.
Okay, yeah, man. So, yeah, man, I was talking to my boy Kirky D. You know what I mean? That's my day one. You know what I mean? That's my brother. You know what I mean? And so one of our friends, he just came out of prison. You know, and so like, yo, we just we're just excited right now. Flipper Mafia is out, and we just say, oh, big up Flipper, you know, anyway there, bro. Is it? So. We're gonna go to Florida and just turn up a bit with them, you know, and show some love, you know what I mean? We missed them and he's back in the city, and you know, hopefully I can get him to come to Montreal and spend some money and get some girls and have some fun and get some culture in, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So that's what's up right now. So yeah.
You said the guy's been out like fresh, like a month.
Fresh. As he came out, his man just dropped a big ass party out there, bro. Just he's not normal. Like,
That's the way to do it.
Yeah, trust me, man. Like he's the man. You know what I mean? Flipping Mafia. Anyway, to big up yourself. Yeah, one time.
That's far going back to the music videos. Like you said, you directed that whole one in your mind. Was it
Yeah,
like
man,
you
trust
had the
me.
whole thing planned
Everything
out?
was
You knew what you
planned
wanted.
out, you know, ordained. You know, it's like, yo, I wanted it to be a slow-mo movie, cinematic, like, type shit, you know what I mean? Like, very slow, very, you know, authentic, but like, you know, it just had to be sexy, you know what I mean? Not too much. I didn't want too much, but like, just right, just enough. You know what I mean?
You don't want it to get cross that line that it's not sexy anymore. It gets like slutty. You know what I mean? It's like too
exactly.
pornographic
That's
and
what I
everything.
wanted.
Slutty.
No, it was sensual. You watch it, you know what I mean? The girl's
Exactly.
nice dress,
Yeah.
this, that.
Okay, I see where
Yeah,
you're going.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
I don't mind slutty, but
I mean,
I'm
there's like a
Maybe
one little
sticking-
part.
sticking girls in the bikinis and coming out of the pool and stuff like that.
There's like a one shot of that, but not too much of it. You know what I mean? In the last scene.
Yeah.
But, you know, just to say, yeah, we could do it, but we don't need to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't so much that you can't, like, nobody can watch.
I'm
You know,
already
kids can't watch it.
I'm already envisioning it that the reason that happens in the scene is because it's the end of the video. You know what I mean? It's
Exactly.
the payoff. You know what I mean? You
Exactly.
brought her all the way to the chalet. You flew her there
We
in a
did
helicopter.
the whole video without showing ass.
There you
Like,
go.
almost. But yeah, that's what it is. You know, like, I'm trying to bring this new generation up to speed when it comes to all of that too. You know, like,
Yeah.
you don't need to do all of that to be popping. You know what I mean?
boom.
You feel me? And at this time, like, you just watch and see. You know what I mean? What works.
That's
you know what I
big
mean?
too, though, because I'm low key. I guess it's not that low key because I've said it on the show a bunch of times, but I'm an R&B head, right? And I know I don't look like it, but I'm an R&B head. And I think the thing that modern R&B is kind of missing, or like the vibe that kind of died out in modern R&B, is the sophisticated vibe. Like R&B used to be sophisticated. This was shit you could make a baby to. You could play this for your woman. Like
Yes.
this was real music for real emotions for grown folks, right?
Yes.
Whereas like, you know, newer kind of modern, I guess, R&B is just like, oh yeah, you know, I fucked your girl and what are you gonna do about it?
Yeah.
And I'm like, bro, that's not R&B. Like, you know, so yeah, that whole vibe where like you could have just took the slutty route, but you didn't. It shows a level of sophistication on your part to where like, okay, this is a real artist. It's not just some dude who threw on auto tune, and you know what I mean? Like this is some artistry, bro. Yeah. So big up on that. Yeah. That's missing in R&B in my opinion.
Definitely.
Trust me, I think it's missing in the whole industry right
Yeah,
now. you know
I
what
agree.
mean?
I
Like,
agree. Yeah, it's a
you
bit of a
feel like
cesspool right now.
You gotta strip off your clothes to make it work. You know what I mean? And that's it. You know, all the ladies, they feel like it's valid for them to just do that, and it's okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's sad for them, you know, because I know they're putting a lot of effort out there as females too, to make their music be heard.
Yeah.
But somehow they're programmed by these big labels that you got to take your fucking clothes off to make this shit happen. You know,
And
what I
like,
mean?
and I do understand the argument from like a woman's standpoint, where it's kind of like empowering to take your sexuality into your own hands, but at the same time, from a man's perspective, like to me, and I really want to be careful with how I frame this, how I say it, because I don't want it to come across as like sexist or misogynistic. For once, I'm actually being careful, so pat me on the back. But like, for a man, right? Like when a woman's just showing everything she's got on Instagram all day long, as beautiful as she might be, bro, that takes a lot of your value away for a man. Like that's not. I don't look at. I'll look at it. Don't get me wrong. We're gonna look. We're gonna look at it.
Oh yeah.
Right. But that's not something I'm gonna look at and be like, yo, I would wife that.
Nah.
Definitely.
You feel me?
Yeah, that's for the streets now.
That's
you know?
it. That's it. And that's what I'm saying. Like, it's just sad that you have to put yourself in that position to feel loved, or for somebody to want you. Don't, girl.
Validation.
Like, trust me, man. You good, however you are, but you don't have to go that route. You know what I'm saying? So I'm shouting out to all these girls. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'm not bashing you. We love you still. Trust.
So you've been putting in the work, bro. You've been here 7 years. 2023 was an eventful year. What do you see for 2024 and beyond?
Yo, a lot of major moves, honestly. Like, I'm just trying to put myself in a position where, you know, as an artist, I can just focus on my creativity and not worry about, you know, the noise. You know what I mean? And industry is like putting on.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things going on, and it's out of my control, honestly. Like, I try. Like, listen, I have a team out there, like, pretty much approaching, like, I don't want to call names, but going to people like who like are responsible to give help to artists in the industry, or directors, movie directors, all these. I was just in a meeting with one of these association, and they literally, the VP for this entity specifically said they had no control. It was the government gives all the talk in their own business. Government tells them and how much money they need to issue, and how it was is like 95% to the Quebecers. 97% to the Quebecers, and the 3% to the other other ethnicity.
Okay.
So that's the Espanol, the fucking English, the fucking, you could be Greek, you could be whatever ever fuck you are. You're getting the 3%.
So just to sum that up, basically, you were pretty much told flat out that the government essentially will give these entities, you know, straight up a number on paper, like 97% of your money is going to be given to the French art community. The other 3% of all of this money is to be divided amongst every other racial group in the province.
On my life.
That's fucking crazy.
On my life, I can tell you this. That's what happened.
Wow. That's crazy.
I'm not calling any names.
No, we're not going to do that. But that's something's got to change, folks.
Yeah, brother. Because you know what, the English community, they did so much for this province, and it's a shame that not like balancing out is not the ratio. It's just like ridiculous. It's not even close to making sense. Like, it's just like, wow,
that's crazy.
Disappointing, man.
But even from a business standpoint, it's not even smart on their part, because it's like, think about the amount of recoup that these entities just think about the amount of economic power that all of these racial groups have from an entertainment standpoint, right? Because say, for example, you're, I don't know, a Filipino artist, right? And you get enough money to really put together a project and a marketing campaign that really allows that project to do something significant. You're not only going to generate money and interest in Quebec, you're going to generate money in the Philippines. You're going to generate money anywhere that there's a large Filipino diaspora, right? So they're not even thinking about it from a business standpoint. Like, they're just thinking of it from a straight up, like, we have to keep the French identity. Like, it's like, bro, is it 1972 right now? Like,
come on. I swear, bro. Like, listen, man.
Oh, it's backwards.
Yo, listen, I want to say this. I'm going to say it good in this mic. People love French. We're not coming here to destroy that at all. We love it. You know what I'm saying? We love French. We come here and it's like, we love it. We want more. We're not coming here to take away anyone's identity.
Facts, though.
No one. We're not trying to change anything. Only thing we're trying to do is come and multiply, to add to what you have. That's it. That's it. Because we're going to be 100% with you. We show love, but we're not. It's not been reciprocated.
Reciprocated,
No, well said. You know, let me learn it on my own accord. Don't force feed it to me. Don't make me feel bad about not knowing certain words, especially for somebody that just came here a few years ago. Imagine all these people putting you down if your French is not good. You start getting discouraged at that. You know what I mean? Let me live, bro. Let me live and let it happen naturally. That's it. You know what I mean? Respect each other. And like you said, we're not coming here to destroy the way of life. We just want to live life.
I mean, look.
Bro, I love the culture here, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I love the culture. And you know what? And I'm happy that I was blessed enough to get a taste of it, you know, to feel welcome. You know what I mean? Because not a lot of people had that opportunity. So 100%. I must say I'm very blessed and very grateful for that. Trust me. Because when I see other people like my statue are like totally just like, fuck it, I'm leaving.
Well said, bro. Well said. Look, we're getting to that time of the day that you got to pick up that gem that's on the table over there, bro. Jeez. I'm going to hand it over to you. You got to drop that ultimate piece of wisdom to the people out there. Could be for music. Could be anything, bro.
You know what? Music is life. Without music, we're fucking nothing.
Bow, bow. Straight right to the point. I like that shit.
It's been a great talk, bro.
Yeah, it's been a really dope episode, man.
I even like just looking at the time, I was like, we're just flowing through it. I want to keep going. But I think we got to bring you back for like a part 2. Definitely got to bring you back.
I'll be down, man. Trust me, man. I love the vibe, man. Trust me. We didn't even get to play poker yet, man.
I know. I was going to take Steve's money, bro. I was going to take Steve's money tonight, bro.
Damn. All right, part 2.
Jason, let the people know where they can find the music, where they can see the new music videos coming out, all that good stuff.
All right, so right now we're going to be releasing it in a month. So I would say the last week of October, officially. For now, I'm just going to give you all a little teaser here and there, but let's wait for it. October, last week of October. And definitely you'll get all the music you want at that point. I'll be releasing every other week. I'll be releasing another single. So you would have more than enough to just like Spotify, iTunes, whatever. It's going to be all there. All right. So big love, enough respect. Thank you guys for having me on here, man. Like it was, it was just a vibe. It was such a vibe.
Where can we see you on Instagram and all that good stuff?
Yeah, man. So on Instagram is jvalentino.world, and on Facebook is Jason Valentino or Jason Valentino Brown. You can get me. I'm everywhere.
He's everywhere, man. Look for the hat.
Look for the hat and the glasses. You can't miss it.
Thank you, everybody, for watching another episode of the Hustle Podcast. We out.
Welcome, everybody. Y'all ready for this? The Hustle. My name is Steve and these are my co-hosts.